So, good afternoon here on week 0. We'll see if anyone shows up. I'll be monitoring Twitter here, as well as my email in case something shows up. And see if anyone has questions. We already have some frequent questions that have come in, so I'm going to deal with those here in a second. And I'll be back in about 20 seconds. I just got to go put my mayonnaise away because you don't want to leave mayonnaise out of the fridge. And some coffee. You want some coffee? Okay, so far it looks good. We have close to 90 people in the course, it looks like. So I go and take a look at my page about this. I can see, yeah, all right, cool. Boom, 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 boom. Let me take a look at that. I'm not sharing my screen, so that's fine. I can show this on my own page. Registration for our flip course. And I got something to talk about registration as well here in a second. So let's see, there's a total of, so far, 89, 71 people from tech and 18 people that are external, which is great. A lot from Campus Morelia, so a big shout out to Sandra and Luis Miguel for promoting the course there at Campus Morelia. Let's see, what can we show you? So if we go to the main page for the course, let me just put things up here for you. Hide all the extra pages I don't need to have. And then I'm going to screen share here and show you what I'm working on. In case nobody shows up, I'll just talk at you and give you some information about the course. So I'm going to screen share here. So you should be able to actually join this live chat, just like we'll have another live chat tomorrow night. Actually tonight and tomorrow afternoon. And ask questions. There's a question system in here. You can join in. You could post your questions via Twitter, and I'll try and keep an eye on that as well. Let's see. Something on Twitter? Good. Okay. So you should see my screen share now. So I'm on the main page of the course. Just a few things I want to go over. Never mind this black bar. This just means I'm logged in as an administrator. You won't see that. We've got some menus on the top about privacy policy, comment policy. There's no pages with comments enabled right now, but there will be soon. And I'll tell you how to deal with that when we deal with it. This week, the main focus is getting you set up that you have your blog, you have a Twitter account, you have a place to post your videos on YouTube, and just tell me what you're expecting from the course or what you're thinking about with Flip Classroom. You can click on the Twitter link here. I'll bring it up in a separate window, and I'll bring up the Contact Us as well as a separate window. So Twitter, oh, cute dog. Basically, for Twitter for this course, you might want to follow me, but you probably definitely want to follow OpenFlip, ampersand OpenFlip. If it's got an ampersand there or the @ symbol, that means it's an account. So on Twitter, you can follow accounts, which is just like following people on Facebook. But even more important is following what's called hashtags. So I don't know if you wrote the hashtag. There it is. It's just not showing up in purple or anything. So there's the hashtag OpenFlip. So hashtag or gato in Spanish or the asterisk symbol. OpenFlip is another tag you can follow. So if you have a good Twitter client, I'll show you one here in a second. You can follow that tag, and that way anyone who posts something on Twitter, and a post is just writing something, they can put that hashtag in their post as long as, and anything else, And then whoever's following that hashtag will see it. So I recommend that you go sign up for Twitter if you don't have it already, and follow OpenFlip, because I'll send announcements out from the OpenFlip account. I've created a special account for that. And follow also the hashtag. Thanks, Yolanda, for translating this to Spanish as well. Awesome. So that's the Twitter thing. The contact page is there. You can check us out on the contact page. And if you want to help us out with the course, there's lots of little jobs and things you can do. Feel free to volunteer. There's some work like Yolanda's helped me out with the translation. But there's lots of little things that people can help with. So if you want to be, make an appearance on this page, contact me and I can get you to help us. Let's see, what else did I want to show you? So I can close that. That's the office hours page. So you should be able to join it there. The video chat's already going. Okay, let's see. I think you guys saw that. I think I might have missed a button there, but oh well. So there's the Twitter. There's the contact us. If I wasn't sharing the page properly, now you'll see it. This is the main page. The idea with the main page, and this will be changing as we go forward, is if you go to the main page, what you need to know today, what should be happening for you now, will actually be here. So that's the information here. As we move forward, I'll put in more information. Okay. The about page. Actually, I don't even know if there's that one. Oh, the about page is history of the course. So why this course came about. And it's, again, translated into Spanish. So it used to be a registration form here to register for the course, but I've actually moved that into a separate page. We'll get to that in a second. To get started, for those that haven't gotten started, even though this is mostly repeated in Unit 1 or weeks, or Unit 0 or Week 0 information, the idea is you should have your Twitter account, you should have a blog, you should have a place to put your videos like YouTube. So I spelled this out before people signed up for the course, hoping that they would start doing this ahead of time. I'm actually going to put some more information under Get Started, like more details about how to blog, how to Twitter, how to do video recording. There'll be more kind of mechanics or that type of information. If we go over to the units menu, this is a pull down menu. You've got the main schedule, the introduction video I sent, Unit 0, which is this week, and then I'll put post Unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as we go on. Okay, so that'll show up there. I'll jump into the schedule right now. Just flipping over to Twitter to see if there's any questions. So type in with any questions about OpenFlip. I'll send that from myself and from the OpenFlip course. Of the OpenFlip course. And I'll put a link there as well. So I'm going to link to this. There we go. All right, so here's the weekly layout. This is how things are really going to work. Monday, I'll post a video. Actually, I might even do it Sunday. We'll see how things go. But mostly for sure, it'll be on the Monday. I'm going to do versions in Spanish and English. Maybe next week I'll do the first one in Spanish this time. Tuesday to Friday, this is when you should be kind of working on things, communicating with others to see what they're working on, and communicating via Twitter. And I'll put some ways to communicate through this page as well. The other thing I can do is all the communication that's happening on Twitter, I'll make it reflect on this page. And that's pretty easy to do with some blog wizardry. The other stuff that happens is on Wednesday and Friday, I'll have these office hours like right now, Wednesday 2 to 3 p.m. and then Fridays from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. These are Guadalajara times. And then Sunday sometime or Monday, I expect by then for you to have your weekly post in. I'm flexible, but I don't want to get too flexible that people aren't actually doing things. I'm just going to go over here and get my coffee. And I'll set up my other computer so I can see Twitter at the same time. I had a conversation with someone else who tried to take this course last semester, and the course was basically over, and they wanted to get in and do all the assignments and get credit for the course because we were offering this for credit. And my point to them was that that's not the spirit of the course. The spirit of the course is that you're contributing to the course. The course isn't just me contributing. The course is about you contributing. So people have already submitted their assignments, and I haven't even put up the way to submit. but if you follow the Twitter hashtag, Alex Andrade submitted an assignment. And if I look over here on Twitter, we can see that Carla submitted her assignment, and Alejandro Andrade submitted his assignment earlier this semester. So, or this week. So those are up. You can see those. I will get to the point about submitting here in a second. I just want to bring up my Twitter client on my desktop here. I've got another desktop computer over here, so I can multitask with two computers. Let's bring that up. Okay. So yeah, so that's the idea. The Tuesday to Friday, we're also going to have these sessions. So tonight is probably going to stay the same schedule, but week to week the schedule could change depending on availability of myself and others. Tonight we have a great session with Crystal Kirch. We have Katie Lanier, Brian Bennett, and Audrey McLaren are coming in. So they're all people that have written a lot about flipped learning. I think you'll enjoy getting a chance to see what they have to say. It's not really just set in stone what we're going to talk about. It's only half an hour. I want them to give their opinions on why it's important to blog, why it's important to use Twitter as not just a flipped educator, but as an educator in general. And maybe a little bit of advice about what it's like to do your first flip. So we'll get them here tonight. That's at 8:30 Guadalajara time for about half an hour. I'll probably connect a little bit early to make sure that things are set up. And we might go late depending on what happens. Make sure my microphone's over here and you can hear me well. So there's that. And then tomorrow afternoon to provide both availability for guests as well as people watching it live, we have a session at 1:15 for half an hour Guadalajara time in the afternoon. And Kate Baker and Troy Cockram have confirmed to be on that talk tomorrow. So that should be fun. Same topic, but if people ask questions, whatever happens could be completely dynamic, just like in my class. So there's the main schedule. If we look farther down, this is the idea. Week 0, we're here now. This is the setup. Week 1, we're going to talk about the first pillar of flipped class or flipped learning, which is flexible environment. And then we go into the second pillar. Second pillar is learning culture, actually it is. I typed that wrong. And then the third pillar, we're going to talk about intentional content. And the fourth pillar, professional educator. Week 5 and 6, the idea is that you should be working on doing your first flipped lesson, planning it. Obviously, maybe you'll get a chance to apply that this semester, or depending on your schedule, or maybe it's starting to get kind of a rough draft and feedback from myself and other people that are involved in the course so that you can get your idea of how your flipped lessons are going to work for the upcoming school year or semester. And week 7 is a wrap up. Really, I think it's really important for this week 0 to make a blog post and a video post about your thoughts on flipped learning right now. And then at the end, 8 weeks later, your vision should be changed. It was interesting in the summer when I gave this course for the RZO, the Rectoría Zona Occidente. We had about 60 people as well. And it was interesting to see the reflections of what they said at the beginning of the course and what they said at the end. It was a 5-week difference in that case. But yeah, that was really cool. So I think you'll enjoy that. So that's the schedule. Now, if you see, this links as well. Week starting February 9th is this week. But you can also go, so I can show you, units. Let's take a look at Unit 0. If you haven't seen my introduction video that I sent last week, you can go and hit the introduction. It's in English and Spanish. So the Unit 0, that's where we are now. We're in week 0. So start me up. One thing I want to say is relax. Don't panic. I'm doing this in a connected course format. And one thing I've been seeing with my colleagues when I've been pointing them to other really famous connected courses like Digital Storytelling 106, ds106.us, or the U Show, they had a bit of a problem kind of parsing how to navigate the pages. And I kind of agree with that. And I had a problem with that last summer as well with the way I had it set up in Schoology. Is people didn't know where to go. It's not linear. And I think that's a problem. Is it's not a linear way of learning. So not everyone has the same what's next. You got to design your own what's next, which has a lot to do with flipped classroom and has a lot to do with this open connected course style of learning. So relax. If you have any questions, please contact me. People already have via email or direct message on Twitter, and that's great. So do that. I'm just announcing the details of the post here. You can see my video for the week. Again, I'll post a version in English and Spanish. I'm sorry that people in Spanish, it was a little bit longer, 9 minutes in Spanish and 7 minutes in English. I guess I talk faster in English. You should be setting up your environment this week. Again, this is the same information as getting started. Your Twitter, your blog, your YouTube account. If you don't know how to set up your own blog or you haven't chosen, I highly recommend you go to wordpress.com. Actually, I'm going to open a private window and open wordpress.com. Okay. That should show you what I'm looking at. No, you're not looking at that page. Let me do it this way then. Sorry. I'll just do it right here. So go to wordpress.com. I'll probably have to log out because I'm logged in. So let me just log out for a second. Log out. How do I log out? Yeah. My sites. How do I log out of WordPress? That's kind of weird. Darn. Switch site. I don't know how to log out of WordPress. Oh well. Let me do it this way then. I'm going to screen share again, but I'm going to screen share a different window. Let me do that. Okay. Let's try another screen share. So I'm going to share this private window. The reason I want to do this, I opened up what's called a private or anonymous type window. You can do that in Google Chrome or in Firefox, which I'm using now. So now if I go to wordpress.com, I'm not actually logged in because it doesn't know about me. And it says you can create your own new WordPress site. The language here will depend on where you are. I'm in Mexico, so it shows in Spanish. And then you can go ahead and create your own new WordPress site. They're going to ask you for your email, a name, a username, password, and where you'd like your blog to be located. It'll be something.wordpress.com, which is free. If you want to give them money, you can have that hosted on a different site. It's $18 a year to have a basic WordPress site with your own domain. I actually have a pro site, and I have the extra. I have premium, I think it is. Yeah, about $100 a year, and I get some extra stuff. So you can set up your WordPress.com site. It's free. Once you have that set up, you're ready to go. The other option you have, if you're a professor at the Tec de Monterrey or staff at Tec de Monterrey, I don't care which campus, I have a site that I've created here in Campus Guadalajara called personal.gda.sm.mx, or personal. I liked that word because it works in English and Spanish. And if you want to set up a blog here, some of my colleagues have blogs like I do. Yolanda Cham, who's in the course with us and is helping us with the translation and other work. Rosa Maria Brito is doing flip learning as well. Other of my colleagues have blogs here. I'm only showing the ones that are active. Some of you are inactive and you'll be posting here soon. If you want a blog here, this is a WordPress as well. It's just a multi-site WordPress that I administer. Send me an email and I'll get you set up there. Okay, so there's that. Let's see. Let's go back to our flip learning course to look better because I'm not logged in and it'll look just like as if you're in. So where were we? We were on unit 0, first steps. See if any questions are coming in. Okay, so let's go down there. There we go. So set up your blog, right? Set up your YouTube account. If you open up, say, YouTube, it'll ask you to log in. Okay? And you're going to have to log in. I showed this on this week's video, actually. So you can see that you need to log in and create your own account. If you go to youtube.com/Ken Bauer, and I think I'll link that there. on one of the pages, you can see my page. So I've got lots of different playlists. In fact, I have a playlist for the Open Flipped course. There it is right there. All of the videos that I record for this course will be put in that playlist, but I have a bunch of other playlists. These can be either videos you record or videos that you think are useful for whatever activity. Like I have one for kids projects here. I just put one video there the other day. On Flip Learning, I have a bunch of videos that aren't mine necessarily, but are great for information about Flip Learning. Teaching tip videos, there's some stuff from Keith Hughes and I think John Flipping Physics as well. So a bunch of things are there. You might be interested in the Open Flip course. If you teach computing science, you might want to follow what I'm doing in my Compuno area. So there's that. Let's see, what else can I say? YouTube. And then once you're set up with your blog and your YouTube and your Twitter, make your initial thoughts on Flip Learning. Okay, so that's what I think you should do next is write a blog post, write a or record a video, whether it's someone using their phone or using a webcam like I'm doing right now. Record a video about your thoughts on Flip Learning. Okay, now I want to show a couple more things. These layouts are going to change, and the idea is, and I'll go to this all blogs page, this is going to have your content here. Okay, and there's a bit of inspiration of this course. There's that Digital Studies 106. This is the U show that's happening right now with Alan Levine and Brian Lamb. Alan Levine also gets extra credit because he documents a lot about how to set up courses like I've set up here on my WordPress site or Connected Courses. You can take a look at that if you're interested, or we can talk about how to do this for your own courses in any format. So once this course is live, the idea is we're going to have your content showing up here. So you publish on your own blog, but I have a way to set it up that you tell me where your blog is, and I look for new posts from your blog, and I'm going to put them here. That's the idea. If you're interested how that works, go take a look at DS106 or the U Show. DS106 has been running for years. U Show just started up in January, and see how that works. So we're going to do that. How am I going to know where your blogs are? Well, here's the trick. I already asked you to register once, and that kind of sucks. I should have had this ready before, but I didn't want to force this on you yet before the course. So I apologize if you have to re-register. What I want is your first name, last name, same as before, your Twitter, your email, and here I want your YouTube URL. Okay, so I don't know why this box is really small. I'll try and fix that. So your YouTube URL, and then I want to know about you. If you're from the Tec de Monterrey, where are you from? Are you a member of the Tec de Monterrey? Are you other institution? Are you just not affiliated to anything? If you are Tech, please tell me your campus again here. If it's somewhere else, tell me where you are somewhere else. I also thought it would be interesting to see what your primary teaching focus is. Are you primary, secondary, high school, or prep, undergraduate, graduate? Are you doing perhaps industrial training or professional training in companies or something else? And then this is the key. I want to know where your blog is. So tell me what's the URL of where your blog is. So for example, here's one of my blogs. I have various, of course, blog.kenbauer.me. Here's my blog. What I want you to do is copy paste this URL, that place where your blog is, and then go over here and copy paste it there. Okay. Every blog also has an RSS feed. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. Just leave it blank or put the same thing you just put here. If you do know where the RSS feed, you know enough to be able to fill in that form. I'm waiting for another piece of code that'll help you fill that out for me. So it'll just make my life easier. Do you have any feedback, any comments? This box is too small for some silly reason, so you can just make it bigger and type stuff you want to type to me and hit the submit button and send that to me. Okay, so there's that. I'd like to get people to do that this week. So I'm going to make a short video and an email spam to people about this today. Once you have that done, then I know where your blogs are, and I can do some magic to show you everybody else's contributions during the course. Let me go. I think I got a message. Nope. I was just checking to see if anybody has any questions. Looks like not. I should still be sharing this one page. Good. Okay. let me show you something else. So I'm going to show you my course that I'm teaching with my students right now, which is an introductory computing course. There's actually two courses. There's one in Python and one in C++. And this is the way I'm doing this course with you is the exact same way I'm doing it with my students. My students have to register their blogs with me. I have a total of about 90 students, so we're about the same number, which is interesting, in two different courses. And what happens is my students, and I'm doing what's a mastery format, they upload their homework. So let's see, let's take a look what Lali's doing, for example. I'm just gonna, and notice instead of it being the content on my blog, it actually just gives a summary, and I can control how these summaries are shown. In this case, it's just the title, the author, and when they posted it. And I can go and take a look. Oh, this is what Lali has uploaded. Mastery 7, she's talking about how to use comments in Python. And she gave me an image. She made her own blog post. This is on her own site. She's using WordPress.com. And she's written something about how to put comments on in Python. So I could, jump in here and say thank you, leave a reply. That's the idea with your course as well, as we want us all to share what we're working on, and then interact. If you're interested in more information about their post on whatever the pillar is that they're writing about or their thoughts on Flip Classroom, go ahead, please interact with each other. That's one of the base ideas I want to show you here. I can do some more funky stuff, like let's say we're really interested maybe what Sid Lali's doing on my blog. Okay, this is my site for the course, just like yours. I can click on that author, and then within my site, it's going to show me all of the things that she's contributed to in this course. Okay, and there they all are. I can see them all. And there's even more. There's older posts. And I also have a list on this page of all of the different blogs of all of my students. So I recommend that you choose like an interesting name for your blog. So like the Mighty Blog sounds interesting. The blog doesn't sound so, it's not telling me why I want to go there. C++ is kind of funny. It's a play on the language C++. And programming course doesn't sound so interesting either. In fact, it's quite popular. So I recommend you choose a good name for your blog. All right, so there's that. So that's the idea, basically. Half an hour in, let's see what we got over there. If there's any questions in Twitter. Nobody's questioning stuff in Twitter. Good. I was going to show you one thing. So because I'm actually borrowing a lot of work from Alan and Brian, I wanted to go over here and show you what the U-show looks like. This is what our course should develop into. And so their layout's actually very similar, and I've actually said that it's similar. And we've got, these are the posts, and he has a different layout where he shows, if you put an image in your post, it's going to show up here on the front. So you kind of draw people into your posts by putting a cool image that people are going to go, I really need to see what this post about dork is. Actually, I went in and saw that interesting post, and I actually commented on their post. So this is the way Alan's doing it, and Brian. And then they just got a different layout, and they have different names because it's based around production. You can see the camera here. And he's got a different type of layout to us. But there's a lot of interesting stuff in here, like the Getting Started, their page for Getting Started, really explains about how to blog. And there's a lot of information here. Okay, so if you go back, if you remember, the All Blogs link, and I'll probably put it in another place as well. On that page, I've linked to these sites, both Digital Storytelling 106 and the U-show. So if you want to take a look at what they're doing, a lot of what I'm producing is pretty much not just copy-paste, but adapted. But the cool thing is, and we might talk about this a little bit, is all of the content on the U-show page, and I think DS106, I'd have to check, is released under Creative Commons Attribution License, which means you can use all this stuff. You can copy-paste it literally as long as you're giving credit to the original source, which is great. In fact, the Connect My Blog Now, which is their registration link, which I think is right here. Let's see if I can take a look at it quickly. Yeah, sign up to join the U-show, name and all this information. And Alan's done a really good job here, and he's got a special process to figure out what your RSS feed is, which he might be sharing with us pretty soon. is really nice. And if you look at our site, I made this register your blog, Twitter, YouTube. I want you to fill this out. There we go. I'm trying to bring it up. Go work, internet. And I did actually give credit where credit is due. So right at the bottom of here, this page is similar to, and based on the work of Alan Levine, you can follow him on Twitter there, or Brian Lamb, also on Twitter, from their You Show. So I'm giving credit to them. And also you'll notice that all of my pages are being released under the same Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 international license, which means I'm sharing with everyone. If you want to take the stuff I'm working on, go for it. And just make sure you give credit as you should. One thing I want to mention is, because I'll be putting the content of your page visible on my site, that doesn't mean that I'm obligating you to have this Creative Commons license as well. I'm only syndicating your feeds so it shows up on, or your blogs on my site, but I'm not claiming license to your blog. And that's why for me, it's very important if people click on those links, they go to your site and they can see your site with your content and comment on your content. That way, when this course is over and this site might just disappear anytime, you still have your stuff. Okay, it's your stuff on your page. And that's very important to me. And that's actually what I'm trying to teach my students as well in the course we're doing. I'm gonna stop the screen share here for a second. Let's see if anyone's jumped in. Oh, there's bad screen glare here. I should close those blinds. Yeah, it's too hard. I could do this too. One thing I'm going to experiment with, I've got some green screen cloth. I bought this at a fabric store, really cheap. It's like 1.25 meters by 3 meters long. I've got 2 pieces. I started playing with this with my kids the other week, but it's great. You can hang it up, and you got to make sure the lighting's nice. You can do some cool effects where you record yourself in front of the green screen, and then you can, when you take that video of your green screen video, you can take away everything that's green, make it transparent, and then make yourself show up in some other random place, which is really cool. So let me just open up. I want to open up my email here on the other computer in case there's any email questions coming in. Nope, there's no email questions coming in. Awesome. Okay. I think that kind of explains really what's going on this week. I'm going to do this as well. Yeah, let's go back to that screen share. So which one was I looking for? Screen share. Screen share. That one, I think. Okay. So we're screen sharing again. So let's go back to this week's unit, which is Unit 0, Week 0. And I want to show you just a couple other things really to point out. Right, so there's the office hours today. I'll do again office hours at 8 a.m. The links are there. Tonight at 8:30, we'll see how it goes. If it's just me and Crystal and Katie and Brian and Audrey, that's awesome too. So we're having a panel for Learning Open Course. Flipped Learning Open Course Week 0, the evening version. If you look at the description here, there's also a link to the morning version in case you don't know where that is. And plus, random people might find this on the internet because it's publicly visible. So we've confirmed Crystal, Katie, Brian, and Audrey. I'll try to not talk so much and listen to what they have to say. And then when it's time to go, you can just play the video and watch us and join us online. If you hit the play here when it's time, you'll be in. You should be logged into Google Plus to be able to see this and interact properly. I'm not logged in because it's a private window that doesn't have my login ready. You can confirm that you're going to see it or say maybe or no, and it'll actually add it to your Google Calendar if you have Google Calendar configured. We know that these people are watching. There's a bunch of people that are watching that aren't necessarily even the people on the panel, so that's great. Other things you can get is this vinculos or links. It'll tell you this is the page of the event, which we're looking at right here. But there's also a YouTube page. So if you copy pasted that and brought this up in YouTube, there's an actual YouTube page that's sitting here counting down, waiting for us to connect. So if you're not wanting to just interact and you just want to watch the video at any time, you could watch this live when it comes on in 5 hours and 52 minutes and 32 seconds. But also this page will still exist. So when we're done the online Google Hangouts on air, this will be there and live, or not live, forever recorded, so that you can check out the video in your own time, especially our friends in Korea, because it's like 3:30 in the morning right now. So I don't know how that's going to work for their schedule. So there's that. That's tonight. Again, remember, tomorrow afternoon we have another session with Kate Baker and Troy Cockram. And I'll do another one of these office hours on Friday. Okay, so let's stop there. Let's see. I'll see if there's any other questions that have come up. If not, I could show you something else, like how to use TweetDeck. That might be useful. Okay. Probably better to screen share, because this is too bright in this office. I should close these blinds now. Let's see, what did I want to show you then? So how about we do, let's screen share. See if I can get my Twitter up on this other computer so I can see everything in 2 different pages. If you post to OpenFlip, or you send me a direct message, or you tag me in a post in Twitter, I'll see that right now. I also have my email semi-open, so if you email me at this moment, I'll also see it. It looks like Carol just followed me on Twitter. Interesting. Okay, so let's maybe talk about Twitter right now, since I don't have anyone asking stuff. I think I want to share that one. So let's share that one with everyone. I think that's the page. I'm sending week 0 start. Yeah. So let's go back to, if you log into Twitter, you can see things. So I'm going to actually log in here as me. So if I log into Twitter, this is the interface. Okay. There's a stream. I can see all of the people I follow, things they're posting. So I follow the Tech de Monterrey. I follow lots of people about education, but I also follow stuff about hockey and things I'm interested in. You get these trending things that are people are posting a lot about lately, so you can see what's trending. You might want to just discover. Looks like a new tweet came in. Vicky Davis is posting something. Vicky Davis is actually really cool. You should check out the CoCat teacher. She posts a lot of good stuff. I have a notification, so I could go and see someone's done something to me. So Carol and Sean and